Test one. Testing, testing.
Check, check, check. Mic check. Mic check.
I definitely think adding the music to my poetry has only, like I said, heightened the experience of it. I won't say that I'm the first poet ever to have like music behind me perform, because there have been plenty of poets in the past that have done that. I take it now as, how can I create a performance piece out of having a full band with me? You know, I'm so blessed to be able to say that I have a full band that supports me and that rides for me too. And whenever I go into that writing process with them, they're always so positive. You know, with them, they're just never a, no, we can't do that. It's always a, we can't do it this way, but we're gonna figure out how to do it this way. And I appreciate them so much for that. When I go in with a fresh new poem, it starts with me going with Jeremy. And from there, Jeremy and I'll read the poem to him, and he'll just pluck out his keys and just like, he'll try to find chords in the mood, and we'll work together really carving out that sound. And once we have that sound, we start to put together like a whole instrumental piece, and then we bring in more elements of the band, and it turns into this beautiful thing. And I can't really explain it, but it is in some ways magic. And people love it too.
So today's the first very full run through of band, vocals, and dance for the Day in Vegas after party for Elle's section of the performance. Went pretty, yeah, better than I thought. I mean, we're missing 4 band members, but we got the core.
I don't want to mute you again. It's definitely trials and tribulations when creating the sound, because there's some times where things don't work. It's not really adding up. I remember the first time I worked with the boys, it was for Women's Night, and we all were just trying to figure out how we were going to make this work, how you put a poet with a full band and make it something where people want to pay attention to you. My biggest fear at that time was that during my set, everyone would go get their drinks, and then I would just be up here speaking like this poetry and no one would care. But the complete opposite happened from that. Actually, everyone was gravitated to that stage when I performed that night. And it was just kind of like this collective nod we all did, and we looked around and we were like, okay, like we can do this. Like this is a thing that we can build upon. So when we find the sound, it's a lot of just, how can we make it so we're not overpowering the poet? Because there's been times when I have to be like, I think we're kind of turning into a song, you know? And there's certain elements of singing that I like to add as well. That's why I added on my background singers. And those girls are amazing. They are so supportive, and they're good sports, to be honest with you today, because it's chaos when you build something like this, especially from scratch. There's no order, there's no organization to build something and have it come out right. I think you have to fail a couple times, and especially with a poem and putting music behind it, there's gonna be huge just scratches out, like that's not working. I've had plenty of times when we're creating the sound for it and the sound is right but the poem's not right, so then you have to go back and be like, okay, how can we take the sound to match the poem correctly? And if it's still not working, you know, I'll take the liberty of just taking out a line, or we'll take out a couple measures in the music, whatever works, so we can find the right pieces to make that full experience happen, because that's the most important thing for me. Instead of making it look cool or making it sound something like you're gonna hear on like your pop radio list, I'd rather create our own unique sound to match the words that are being said.
Because like I see her,
Elle makes my job super hard. You know, if we're gonna do B-roll, I hope you get this part, Elle, because geez. You know, when we're famous, I'm gonna invoice you $1 million check.
I love Noir, I really do. The story of Noir and I is pretty simple. I was at work one day, and I think I was working the closing shift. and I got an email from Jeremy, and it basically asked me to be a part of Women's Night. And I was like so shocked. I was so excited. I was like, wow, like they even know I do poetry. This is so cool. I'm so honored. And when he told me that news, like right then and there, I started planning and imagining all the beautiful things I could do with my set. And when I started to do that, I reached out to him and I told him, hey, I want a couple of rehearsals. And we started rehearsing together, and we brought the band in. And ever since then, we all just kind of clicked together. And they welcomed me into their family, which I'm so grateful for, because it really is like a family. We all take care of each other. We all protect each other. And most importantly, we all support each other with whatever art or song or music or, you know, illustration we're trying to put out there. Everyone supports one another. And that's why I think Noir is so beautiful. They're really going to be the ones to open this huge door that's been blocked in Vegas, I feel like, for so long, by uniting artists and keeping us all together and keeping us focused to work as one team. First day where we have all the dancers, we have all the musicians together, and our background vocalists. Right now is kind of experimental, so we're just playing around with movement and sound and the poems themselves, like what we really can articulate with it. And it's exciting. I'm really excited to see where it's going. I love these people. I don't know. Any other questions?
Nope.
Cool. I gotta get used to being in front of the camera. I'm normally behind the camera, but being in